Setting up your wide adjustable link-up LED controller is simple and can be done in a few easy steps. Let's simplify the system by breaking it down into its main components. For this system, we need a power supply, controller, and either wide adjustable LEDs or the combination of a warm white strip and a daylight white strip. Once we have the proper components, we simply need to make sure we wire everything properly, sync our remote to the receiver, and then enjoy the blending of our lights. To begin, make sure you're using the right power supply for your lights. Since we're controlling the lights on a low voltage or the secondary side of a circuit, we should use a non-dimming power supply. If you're unsure about the size and style of power supply to use, check out this amazing video on how to choose the proper power supply for your LED lighting projects. Following our power supply, we have the LED dimmer. Our link-up LED dimmers have two options for inputting power: terminals for hard wiring and a 2.1mm barrel plug input. On the opposite side of the LED dimmer, we have the output terminals that will send power out to our LEDs. There are two independent outputs on the wide adjustable dimmer. One output controls the warm white, and the second output controls the cool white LEDs. Wiring between the dimmer and the strips can be confusing, so pay close attention to which leads are going to the warm white diodes, which leads are going to the cool white diodes, and which leads go back to the positive feed. If you're unsure about which wire on your strip goes to which terminal on the dimmer, simply look closely at the solder pads on the strip. You will see it's labeled positive V for 12 or 24 volts, W for warm white, and either B or C for bright or cool white. The last component to this system is our LED lights. Our link-up controllers do have a relatively high capacity. However, there are limits to how many lights we can power on each dimmer. If you're controlling 12-volt DC LEDs, you should not exceed 72 watts per output. This is a max of 144 watts per controller. On the other hand, if you're using 24-volt DC LEDs, you should never exceed 144 watts per output or 288 watts per controller. With that said, one of the great benefits to our link-up controllers is if we run out of capacity or if we have multiple areas we want to control, we can easily link multiple dimmers to a single remote, as long as they're within about 100 feet of the remote's location. So, we have our power supply wired into our controller. We've wired from the proper output terminals to the LEDs. Now, all we have left to do is sync our remote to our controller or controllers. To sync the remote to our controllers, first disconnect the power for at least 10 seconds. Then, in a moment, we're going to reapply power and press the brightness increase button shortly thereafter. The timing of reapplying power to the lights and pressing the brightness button can be super sensitive and is oftentimes tricky. Fortunately, I happen to have a little trick up my sleeve that will save you a lot of time and effort. Rather than pressing the brightness button once and hoping I get the timing right, I like to consistently tap on the button as I reapply the power. Most of the time, if I'm tapping the brightness button quickly enough, one of my taps is bound to catch at the right moment, and Yahtzee, we have control. This can be done with a single controller and also can be done with multiple controllers at the same time. It's that easy. With any project, large or small, feel free to give us a call. Our engineers will be happy to take a second look at your materials or help you build an entire project from the ground up. We're always happy to help.